It's getting so late. I need to find shelter. Oh my god, what is that thing? As the witch just poisoned me, I quickly ran inside of the tiny house to get away from her. What am I gonna do? A potion of health? What is all this stuff? A spell book? Okay, whatever. I need to get out of here. Okay, I think I lost her. In today's video, I survived 100 days as a witch. In this magical world, I learned a ton of amazing spells, like the one that makes me invisible. I even have a broomstick that I can fly around with. But this world also comes with dangerous and deadly creatures, like the jungle abomination and the Wilden chimera. Will I be able to learn enough spells in order to protect myself from all the danger that lurks? Join me on this magical adventure to find out. Be sure to subscribe if you want to know when I upload next, and don't forget to follow me on my new Instagram, LindsayRayYT. I've been partnering with Pixelmon To Go, which is an amazing community-driven project that brings you into the world of Pokemon. They have many cool features, such as voice chat, dancing emotes, costumes, and daily events such as huge boss battles. They also have entertainment shows where people can sing or perform. Here's what some of the textures and costumes look like in-game, and it's all in this amazing launcher. You can log in with a Mojang or a Microsoft account. All you have to do is press play to start your adventure. Get the link in the description to download for free. Day 1, and I couldn't believe what just happened. I immediately found myself in more danger with this strange creature. I ran back to the house where a zombie tried breaking in. I went through all the chests in the witch's house to see if I could find anything useful. Get back! I found some strange armor, so I put it on. And then I hid it because it was ugly. I also found a strange hat, and it matched my outfit, so... On the table was a strange book, and the content inside was even stranger. There were chapters about magic, spellcasting, and even recipes on how to craft spells. After going outside, I was surrounded, and I decided to try using the strange book again. And it happened! It really is a spell book. I decided it was time to try to find my home, but again, I was attacked by these weird wolf things, and I nearly died. After hiding away in the house all day, I decided to go to sleep. The next morning, I worked up the courage to go outside and collect some materials. Upon doing so, I found a weird tower, and being the snooper that I am, I went inside to see what was up. Luckily, I noticed the red texture on the chest, meaning it was rigged, so if I opened it, it would explode, and it was empty anyway. You want proof that it was gonna explode? See all this TNT? After exploring a bit, I continued to use the spellbook, and I practiced my newly discovered magical abilities. I noticed this strange rise in the ocean, so I went to check it out. There, I found a weird lost underwater city with strange statues and structures. There was also a chest with some really weird weapons. Whoa, what is all this? Whoa, dude, chill. After upgrading my tools and crafting some torches, I found myself absolutely surrounded by mobs. Please stay away from me, Mr. Pumpkin. Luckily, this agony spell proved to be incredibly useful, and honestly, pretty fun to use. I looked around all night for somewhere to sleep, and eventually I found this tiny little hut in the middle of the woods. You can't get in, right? Oh my god, no. Die. Oh my god, gonna cover that right up. I felt it was time that I went mining, so I headed to the caves, and there were monsters everywhere. While collecting materials, I came across this weird purple ore, which turned out to be magical gems. Back on the surface, I found a weird pyramid, but none of these mobs wanted me anywhere near it. After using my magic to kill as many as I could, I went inside the pyramid, but I was followed. Oh my god, please. I don't want to do this. Okay, just gonna cover this. Oh my god. After digging down, I realized that silverfish infested the majority of these blocks, and I assumed that there must be something down there that they were protecting. I continued to mine down, but eventually there were dozens of these annoying pests. I used some magic to try to get rid of them, but it seemed to not be enough. Eventually, I began using lava to kill them, and this proved to be more effective. However, I accidentally fell down into the pit, and I nearly died. After getting rid of all of them, I looked through all the chests, and I found some amazing loot. I could now understand why these chests were so well protected. Are you good, bro? Back home, I was attacked by these dogs, and then I remembered broomstick. There was a broomstick. So of course I had to try it out. I was quickly running out of food, so I decided to go collect some beef, and while doing so, I found a little village, but I found nothing useful. Back at my new home, I guess, I decided to check out the spell book more, and I tried creating my own spell. I added projectile and break, and created this spell that would break blocks for me. I also created this spell, and yeah, I don't know what else I was expecting, to be honest. Upon researching, I learned to create new spell ingredients. I would need mana or a source, and in order to get this, I would have to have a generator of sorts. I assumed the volcanic one would be the best. I thought if I put lava underneath, it would take the heat from the lava to create source. However, that did not work. I decided to try throwing heating sources like wood on top of it, and this ultimately worked. It began taking the energy from the wood and creating this weird purple substance. Another source type I could get was from farming, so I decided to craft this as well and give it a go. And this worked incredibly well. As the plants grew, the generator took energy from them. Wait, that's so cool. Whoa. To actually craft the spells, I would need a glyph press as well as some magic clay. Hi, Lindsay here. Warning, I pronounce reagent as regnant throughout this entire video. I don't know what I was thinking, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I don't want to re-record all the audio, so please enjoy and don't make fun of me. Okay. I wanted to create the launch regnant, but I didn't have rabbit hide. So I put in the Wilden wing instead, and the machine began crafting something. It turned out to be a leap regnant. I attempted to craft a spell from this, and it did pretty much that. It would make me leap forward on the ground. I also tried going upwards, and okay. I continued crafting more, such as the snare one, which would freeze mobs into place upon touch. Freezer! Whoa, it worked. I also discovered a light source regnant, which would create a permanent light source after using it. After creating a spell with this, I went to the caves to test it out, and it was pretty amazing. Whoa, that's so cool. Unfortunately though, I totally forgot about the spell later on and never used it again. Another spell I created was one that would spawn 2 dogs that were loyal to me and would help me fight, and I also did not use this. Hello puppies, what shall we do on this fine evening? The next spell I created was one called Flash that literally made me, well, the Flash. Unfortunately, I would run out of source very quickly, but I found a craftable necklace that would boost my source level. But it wasn't craftable the same way most things are in Minecraft. Instead, I had to use all of these special blocks in order to craft pretty much anything magical. I laid the recipe on these pillars, and then all of these lights appeared. Okay. Admittedly, that is way prettier than I thought it was gonna be. Suddenly, there it was, in the middle, the necklace. As I still wanted the launch regnant, I went exploring and I found lots of moose. I also killed a bunny for hide. I'm sorry. That night, I was attacked by lots of mobs, so I decided to stay in the village all night. The next morning, I found a very cute kitty and I attempted to trap her and tame her, but I failed, obviously. I realized I didn't have any fish anyway, so I went ahead and I went fishing for a while until I caught enough. I then chased the cat and I tamed her. Back home, I finally crafted the launch regnant and made the launch spell. Whoa! Whoa! Oops. I thought it would be pretty cool to add leap and launch together, so I did just that. I also found a recipe for a wand, but I realized this wand was for something completely useless, so Oops. I then crafted some more regnants, and I finally had a real casting wand that I could attach spells to. Unfortunately, the heal regnant required watermelons, so I had to go find some.
Melons.
Back home, I crafted a scribe's table so that I could attach spells to scribes, which would be how I could apply those spells onto a casting wand. I was having trouble figuring out how to put it on the wand, so upon taking a walk, I found this absolutely terrifying pumpkin creature. He began viciously attacking me, and with one hit, he could take half my health. And eventually I was able to kill him. And my reward was candy. Happy Halloween! I wanted to go to the Nether, so I tried using the block break spell for obsidian, but apparently that's too overpowered. In the Nether, I found a bastion, and I had a great idea.
What are you doing here? No. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, 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 no. Leave me alone.
There's an invisibility spell, so I went home and I crafted it, but I was gonna need a stronger spell book, and for that I would need blaze rods.
Oh my god. What are you? Ew, you're so cute and gross at the same time.
So back in the Nether, I collected as many blaze rods as I could carry to avoid having to go back. In the overworld, I crafted the mage's spellbook, and I created the invisibility spell.
I'm invisible.
I also used a clock to create a regnant that would increase time on spells. In the bastion, I finally put the invisibility spell to the test, and it seemed to be working.
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Wait, I think I'm safe. Gonna take this.
But then after running into this piglin, he knew I was there.
Oh my god. No, 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 no.
It seemed as long as I didn't touch them, they couldn't see me. So I went to the center to collect the gold.
Okay, I think I'm safe.
But suddenly, it seemed like one of them noticed me, and my heart dropped. But it seemed like he was just confused about the item breaking. But then, another one of them began shooting me. So I quickly ran away and I built up. I wasn't entirely ready to give up, so I went back to collect whatever was in the chest. But I was once again attacked, and I went down all the way to half a heart. Luckily, my spellbook allowed me to quickly escape. While reading my book, I noticed a section about rituals.
Whoa, what is all this?
And one of them appeared to kill any mobs that entered the area, and it would create little XP gems that gave double the XP they typically would drop. I decided to go ahead and test this out, and I lured some mobs into it. And they immediately died, and indeed dropped these little gems.
Look how cute.
I also learned about familiars, which were these tiny mystical creatures that would help you out in different ways. One of them was a Wixie, which I actually had one of these in my house. In order to summon and bind them, I need an ender pearl, so after getting one, I began the ritual, which made her into a little tablet thing. And just like that, I was able to spawn her.
Wait, you're so cute. Okay, girl, let's go this way.
At first, I didn't think she was helping me, but I eventually realized she threw poison spells on enemies that attacked me.
Oh my gosh, back, 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 no. Go away, go away. Bye.
I decided I wanted to try another source necklace that would regenerate mana more quickly. And this proved to be more effective than the old one. I also finally remembered to put a spell onto my wand, and I chose to do the agony spell. That way I could use it for harming mobs, and I could use the book for other spells. I also crafted some kind of bow that would also allow me to attach spells to it.
Please go away, please go away, please go away. Bye. Pow. Pow.
I created an explosion spell, put it on a scribe, and I attached it to my bow. I went out exploring to find a mob to test this out on, and okay, hi guys. I don't usually do this, but basically, I lost all of the footage of me building this house. Basically, I used a program, and the program ended up completely wiping away my file, and I could not find any traces of that file. That folder had all the recordings of me going and getting the materials for this house, finding the place to build it, as well as actually building the house and decorating it. I am pretty upset about this because I actually recorded a cinematic for this video of me building the house, which I don't usually do. I was really excited to include that, so I'm so sorry that I don't get to show you guys. But I still wanted to show you a proper tour of my house since you guys won't see the putting together of it. So this is what it looks like from the front. Very cute, very fantasy. Right here we got a cute little sign, welcome to my house. I have a little cake over here, my kitty cat, some candles. If we go upstairs, I have my little table here, as well as my bedroom. Kind of bare, not much happening here. And then if we go up this vine up here, this is my chest room, which is not enough chests and none of this is organized whatsoever. But it looks nice, so that's good enough. Alright, so down here is my little witch's lair. I have all my witch stuff down here. I have all my source jars, as well as my little crafting station, or enchanting thingy, or whatever this is. Got another one of these tables, got some scrolls, and I have my enchantment table. I also did go ahead and enchant my armor. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, I'm sorry, but just wanted to show you. Now that I finally have an enchantment table, I went ahead and enchanted my sword. I also went and I annoyed these pillagers for a while, even though I had already done this earlier in the footage that I lost. This guy tried breaking into my house, and this guy is just annoying. While exploring, I found this weird little village built within these mountains, and I explored it for a while, but the only thing I found worth taking was wheat. However, it did lead me to this weird creature. But before daring to fight him, I went back home to craft some golden apples. After a pretty lengthy battle, I finally killed him. I then dashed in and out of the crowd to try to collect whatever he may have dropped. On my way back home, I found this huge theater and I knew immediately what this was. This was the home of the conjurer. I thought it would be best to make myself invisible, but unfortunately, one of the guards had already seen me and he attacked me anyway. Peekaboo. After After running past the main area, I killed some of the guards with my wand, and I even found a totem of undying, which would come in great use later on. After killing the last mob, the conjurer began attacking me with these strange ball things. And in return, I began attacking him with my magic bow. However, the magician kept disappearing and reappearing in different places.
This guy is crazy. Whoa, where'd he go?
He even caused me to teleport into different areas. After TPing outside and TPing once again, I could not find him anywhere. I looked absolutely everywhere, but he was just gone. While in the ocean, I found this huge mob, and I quickly decided, nah, I don't want to deal with you.
Goodbye.
Back home, I decided it was finally time for a farm, as I was always running out of food. I discovered a couple of cool rituals. One would cause animals to breed, and the other one would cause baby mobs to grow up more quickly. Both of these would be incredibly useful for a cow farm. So I began crafting everything I would need and began the rituals. The overgrowth one also caused plants to grow, which was pretty cool.
Oh my god, it worked.
I also learned of a magical sword I could craft, so of course I had to make it. And it looked incredibly epic. I then tried inscribing it with a spell, but after realizing I did it wrong, I tried again. The spell I inscribed it with would cause additional damage as well as snaring the mobs, causing them to be unable to move. Upon trying to craft a magical belt, this ingredient kept disappearing because of the source thingy, but once I got it crafted, I had a belt that would give me random positive spell effects every few seconds. Although it's random, trust me when I say this ultimately did help save my life multiple occasions later on. The mana from the rituals were quickly running out, and I thought I would be able to use the wand that allows me to select points to make it take source without me moving the jars back and forth, but unfortunately this did not work at all.
Ah, this is so pretty.
But on the right side, I did craft this very pretty shield. I also learned of a spell that would allow me to spawn a decoy of myself, but this required a higher level spell book, and oh wow, that book is expensive. One of the items I would need was a Wilden tribute, which I could only get from doing a ritual to spawn the Wilden boss. After finding an open area to do so, I attempted doing the ritual, but the only thing it was spawning were other Wildens. I was very confused, and I tried doing the ritual over and over and over and over again. Eventually, I realized I was doing it entirely wrong, but I did almost die just to these guys. After finally doing the ritual correctly, finally the Wilden boss spawned, and he was terrifying. He was fast, but luckily my spellbook allowed me to escape quickly.
Get back! Whoa. Ah! No, 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 no.
After finally killing him, I realized he had another, stronger form. He seemed to even be faster now, and I could barely get away from him.
Oh my god, he's so fast!
After killing him again, he again transformed into an even scarier and more deadly version. He could nearly one-hit me in this form.
Oh my god! Oh my god, no, 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 no. Ah, thank god.
fight lasted until morning, but finally, with one last hit, I killed him and I got the tribute I needed for the book. Unfortunately, I needed another star, so I had to go back to the Nether to kill loads of wither skeletons. These guys nearly killed me so many times, but luckily I had an amazing healing spell. After a very long time, I got enough heads and I went back home to dig down to spawn the wither. Now, I was feeling a little ambitious and I decided not to spawn him underground as I wanted a challenge.
That ain't it.
Unfortunately, I quickly regret this decision as he nearly killed me multiple times and I was struggling to even hit him. After a long and boring battle though, I killed him and I had the star. I went back home and I realized I didn't have any ender pearls, so after trading for a while, I went back home and I crafted the book. I now could use the decoy spell and, hey, why are you wearing that? Okay, that's better.
Looking good.
I wanted to try the decoy out to see how it worked and...
Oh, it definitely works. Dude, stop hitting her.
Back home, there were some wolves stalking my house, so I once again spawned the decoy and I accidentally killed her. Oops. I also finally named my forgotten cat Star. Now that I could use higher level spells, I decided to see what I could do, and one of the spells was an orbit form. I decided to make an orbit with explosion, which hypothetically could apply an explosion spell to any mob who entered my orbit.
Okay, this kinda looks awesome.
They could still get through the orbit, but it did work. After playing around for a bit, I finally made some ender eyes and I began throwing away some trash. Now, I thought as long as I put the fire out within a few seconds, there would be no issue.
Okay, so don't need this. Oh, whoops. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! No! 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 Please! 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 No! 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 Not there too.
Of course, I repaired my house and then I finally went out to find the stronghold. After a while of flying and running around, I finally was able to find it. I wasn't really interested in exploring the stronghold, although I was lucky enough to find this enchanted apple. After finding the portal room, I put in the eyes and I finally jumped into the end. Immediately, I began taking down the towers and fighting Herobrine. After finally killing him, I took his egg and I used one of these traveling things. The end definitely looked different in this world and I was pretty spooked. After killing some of these buff Enderman guys, I continued exploring around until I eventually found an end city. I wasn't really interested in dealing with shulkers, so I went straight for the ship and I collected the materials and the elytra. I also collected Herobrine's statue. After finding the portal, I was suddenly attacked by Endermen and I escaped through the portal. Once again, I'm gonna sit here and read all of the credits. After laying down Herobrine and his egg, I crafted the Elytra spell. I then finally remembered about my mini witch and I summoned her. Sorry, buddy. I also decided to do some final upgrades to my armor, and I crafted Archmage armor for myself. I decided to test out my new angel spell, but oops, I forgot to actually use the spell. The second attempt, I succeeded, and then I thought, hey, my launch spell and this would go perfectly together, and oh boy, was I right. While flying around, I noticed someone was being held hostage by these pillagers, so as a last mission, I killed all of the pillagers. And I let the iron golem free. This was my good deed for the video. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe and follow me on my new Instagram, LindsayRayYT. Link is in the description. Also, don't forget to join my community Discord. The link is also in the description for that. Bye guys!